I think that one of the things that all of us as philanthropists and people interested in making people's lives better, in curing disease, have to be very aware of all of the deployers of capital to account. Whether it's a regular research philanthropy, whether it's a venture capital fund, your success is going to be more easily measured on financial return, to these bridging mechanisms in between where, candidly, I think it's very difficult to try to say, how do you know that you're being successful? You can't measure it in research grants. You can't measure it as easily in financial returns as you can with the venture firms. Meg, you all are relatively early in journey here.
Yes, we are, and we're measuring based on graduation. So have they graduated to the next round? But I really want you to answer the question, because I think there's a Harvard business case just about this that you are part of. So how did T1D address impact measurement?
Well, it's interesting that you asked me, because that was my next question to Steve, and you memorized them better probably. I'll tell you what I cared about first, though. What I cared about, because you're going to have a more complicated answer. Mine was very, very simplistic, because I'm not a medical doctor or a life sciences investor. I'm a very, very big believer in the extraordinarily smart people occupying the life sciences venture capital space and the biotech space. And what my mission was with the T1D fund was just how many of these folks have decided that it's really interesting financially, biologically, systemically to cure type 1 diabetes. And one of the reasons I left the T1D fund 2 years ago, I don't really have anything else to add. There is a catalyzed market. And now I believe if the business case and the scientific case is there to cure this disease, one of these amazingly smart people who focuses on this 24 hours a day is going to figure it out. And so my measure was how much money we were tracking. They used to drive Stephen crazy, but you had other measures too.
What we did not measure was financial returns, which drove me crazy, because we actually, the $100 million we invested, we returned all of that back to the foundation by the time we left. And so the financial returns were actually really, really awesome as a function of the great entrepreneurs and companies that we backed. But what we did track were 6 metrics, 3 financial, 3 non-financial, meaning mission metrics, FDA approvals, drugs in clinical studies, and the number of companies that we'd invested on the mission metric side. And I'll let you go to that case study. It's fascinating to read about how we incentivized and aligned that team to do what we wanted them to do.